So you're going to be starting on Stargate Universe. You're filming the first episode right now. Can you tell us a little bit about your character, Tamara, is it?
Yeah, Tamara Johansson. She is a first lieutenant and in the Air Force, and she's a medic. There's still a couple of things that I'm not sure about. You know, of course, it's always developing. The character's always developing. But, you know, she's part of this kind of elite team that we end up on, you know, the new, what is, you know, universe, and we find out this ninth chevron is revealed, and we're on this ancient ship built by the ancients called the Destiny. So she's part of the crew on there. So, in the pilot, everyone can look forward to some good action type stuff.
Oh, excellent!
And yeah, we were having fun the other day. One of the props guy gave us a fart machine. So Justin, Lewis, and I were 5 years old all day long. And we were having a great time.
So you sound like you're pretty up on the Stargate lingo then, talking about the chevrons and the ancients and all that. Are you a fan of the show?
I'm learning, you know. It's really great.
You're very convincing. You sound like you really got it down.
Well, thank you. I've been doing my homework. I have, I have 13 years, 15 seasons of Stargate to go back to. So, and there's great websites. There's a really nice big fan base who's really devoted to the show, and everyone's got blogs, and Gate World is amazing. So I've been sort of trying to do my research and keep up on it. I can't say prior to this I watched it. I don't really watch much TV, but I'm definitely a fan of the franchise now.
And did you do anything particularly to prepare for playing a medical officer?
We have a technical advisor as well as like a military technical advisor, and Stargate's really great about that because a lot of their fan base is the military, so they like to keep it all looking good. So yes, I did do some sort of technical stuff with the medical. I'm sure that will increase as the series progresses. So far, it's just more the per scene, what would I be doing here? What would be most realistic? How do I, apply this? And kind of the steps so that it's all going in order and it looks correct. We have Rick Wong is our medical advisor, and he's on set with us. So he's really good about saying, okay, well, in that take it looked good, but just so you know, this blah 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 would happen or whatever. And a lot of it too is about the timing. Like, what can I do that works within the scenes, that keeps me busy and makes sense to what I'd be doing. And also I have my medical bags and everything, so I took them home for a week and just sort of played with stuff and laid my kids on the floor and gave them chest compressions. Just kidding.
So this is your second series with sci-fi, and you also played the Black Canary on Smallville. So there's kind of a trend here. Are you a science fiction fan? I am now. I had no idea this was where my career was going, and I think that's kind of true of most actors. We just sort of you go where you're put, and you develop your fan base. And sci-fi has been a great world for me. I really love it. I tend to play sort of action-y type characters, and they just so happen to kind of go hand in hand with the sci-fi world. So on Painkiller Jane, you were a really tough character, and on this, you seem to be a pretty capable woman.
Yeah.
Do you think that TV needs more roles like that for women?
I'd say there's a good balance. I mean, there's more and more women doing action films, which I think is really cool, and then television as well. You had Alias, which of course, Jennifer Garner kicked some serious ass on that show, and I think there's a good balance. I'm definitely happy to be one of the women playing those characters. I love them. I really enjoy it, and I love being able to do stunts. I mean, Black Canary, Smallville, great to do a lot of stunts, and I hope we get to do a lot on Stargate as well.
Do you do your own stunts on those?
Yeah, Bam Bam is our stunt coordinator, James Bamford. He's good to sort of let us try some things, so I definitely would try my stunts, and it's always good to have a stunt double because, my arm gets broken, production's kind of screwed.
Speaking of the Black Canary, actually, so that's a character who has a very, very long history in the comic books. Did you have any trouble sort of getting involved with that, or did you just take a completely fresh approach to the character?
Like Stargate, I wasn't a comic book fan prior to being cast as Black Canary, and now I am. Like, I'm a big Black Canary fan. I think she's amazing. So I did my research. You know, it is a little confusing. There's Dinah Laura Lance and kind of, you know, the other one, and there's two different characters, but sometimes they're one, and it does get a little bit confusing. I tried to sort of just take it all in stride and play my own version of her, you know, so much as the script allows you to. But I definitely did my research, and Smallville also likes to sort of take the initiative and kind of make the characters their own as well. Mm-hmm. You know, keeping true to their original sense what they can, but they definitely put their own little Smallville spin on it, which is nice.
Before you started acting, you were a model. What made you decide to make that switch then?
You know, it sort of was one of those things that happened. I was modeling and going to college, and there was an audition. Most sort of modeling worlds everyone's sort of transitioning anyways. It's all about commercial print and a lot of commercials. And so I was, you know, getting into that, and one day an audition came in, you know, into the agency for a movie, and they said, if you want to go, you know, audition for it. And I said, yeah, sure. And I went and I got it. It was called Pendulum with Rachel Hunter, who's also an ex-model. And I had a lot of fun, and I was like, wow, I like the career better.
Mm-hmm. And so you started out doing a lot of independent film, and now you're doing a lot of television. Was that the transition for you? Do you think you want to stick with TV, or do you plan on returning to film at some point?
Well, I'd love to do both. You know, I feel really optimistic about Stargate because it is such a great franchise and has such a great fan base that, you know, I'm hoping to be in the TV world for a few years. But yeah, definitely, I would love to find opportunities to do films, and that's sort of where I'd like to see my career go. Mm-hmm. And again, you know, within the genre as well, action, kind of sci-fi would be a lot of fun, and I think play to my audience and my fan base.
Do you know if you're going to be returning to Smallville anytime soon?
We're hoping. Well, Smallville just got, you know, their 9th season, which is awesome and amazing in itself, and it you know, leaves a lot of room. I guess we're gonna kind of, I don't know if Clark Kent will wear the tights or what will happen there, and if the Justice League is going to develop any further. Mm-hmm. We have been in communication with them because, of course, they both shoot in Vancouver, so I just relocated here to Vancouver. So we still have our house in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. We'll sort of, you know, back and forth. We just took up a place downtown Vancouver, and it's gorgeous. I'm sitting in my bedroom looking at the marina and snow-capped mountains and the ocean, and I'm not missing LA too much right now. But yeah, so being that I'm here, you know, like I said, hopefully this goes for a good run, and we'll be here for a few years. So hopefully Black Canary gets to make another appearance. I know the guys, Brad and Robert over at Stargate, have been very gracious and you know, understand that the Black Canary is a good part of the show, and they've said I can go do an episode if they so wish, and of course the timing has to work out and all that. So,
is there any show that you're just dying to make an appearance on?
I love Grey's Anatomy. It's so like opposite genre of what I usually do. But I did actually. I met Shonda Rhimes and Betsy Beers for one of the recurring or new regulars, and I'm not sure the character ever played, but yeah, that was kind of my dream job. I was like, oh, yes! And I don't know what happened to it. I think the character just kind of went away. You know, I'm going to be here till November, so it's not like I can really do much. Mm-hmm. Maybe an episode of Smallville between now and then, if timing allows. But yeah, I don't think there's too much I can do within the next 8 months or so anyways.
Thank you so much for talking with us. Thank you so much.